I came in Sanford. First of all, it's week 12. Welcome everyone to Girls Talk
Oh,
Ball.
yes. Oh, and it's bad. I titled this week 11. I'll change that.
It's fine.
It's fine. Welcome back. Happy Texas Hate Week. Horns down. I hate the Texas Longhorns. Arch Manning, you suck.
I don't mind Texas. And okay, I'm really excited because one of my best friends and her husband are Texas fans and they're coming up this weekend, which is another reason I want to be able to be at the game. Like, she lives over 2 hours away and I want to be able to hang out with her. So,
And
um,
you pick the weekend of your due date to have people come.
well, people always come, but
Yeah.
they're coming for the Texas game because they're huge fans, or her husband is a huge fan. She don't really care,
That's so funny.
but yeah, there's like 6 people besides me and my husband that are staying at my house this weekend. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. So I'm not worried about Sarah. She's very clean, but I'm gonna threaten all the men with like an inch of their lives.
Oh, well, no,
Um,
literally, like you are gonna go into labor at any given moment. If they do anything to mess up your house, I will beat them up myself.
yeah, I'm like our housekeepers already came this week. Like if I see one crumb anywhere, y'all are all in trouble. I can't do it.
No, you better come home to a spotless house.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but it's a night game in Sanford, which is gonna be so much fun. Are you going?
Oh, of course I'm going.
We're just favored by 6.5 in this game. The Texas Longhorns are coming to town. Texas has 2 losses to Ohio State and Florida. How are you feeling?
I honestly, like, I'm not mad about the point spread. Normally I'd be a little like, oh, that's way too much, or oh, that's not enough. I think that that's actually like a perfect spread. I think 6.5 is solid.
I think so
I
too. I think that's
last week was the first complete game we have seen out of this team outside of the first drive. Make that disclaimer. Outside of the first drive, that was the first complete game we've seen out of this team all season. And
Were
if we play
you
like that, we're fine.
last week, were you refreshed not being anxious for 3.5 hours, or like was your nervous system confused because it didn't know like what to do?
Well, it was honestly so nice. I mean, Dixie was a little confused because mom was screaming and clapping at the TV, and the only other game she has watched with mom was the Georgia Florida game at somebody else's house. So I wasn't able to be my normal loud obnoxious self. She was a little confused by it. I was having the time of my life. I was drunk off a fireball at noon on a Saturday.
Oh, that's
Life
lovely.
doesn't get much better than that.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was very nice.
We had some friends over and like sat outside and everyone drank um Blanton's on ice, and I poured everyone's Blanton's and you know drank my water.
Bless your heart. I can't wait for you to be able to drink again.
I know, me too. I was like smelling everyone's cup like a weirdo.
As you should though. Like you're 40 plus. Like who cares?
Well, I mean, smelling isn't gonna like hurt anything. I'm just like
Yeah.
having
You're like, oh yeah,
withdrawals.
like here, we smell it through the screen.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've never been a beer girl. And every time Scott like opens a Miller Lite, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that so bad. It smells so good. Like, what? No, it doesn't.
I
I
hear
don't
so
know.
many stories of pregnant women that are like, "Oh, I hate mojitos, and never in my life have I craved a mojito more than I do right now."
It's so weird. It's like that with food too. Like, I don't really like apples and I keep eating apples. Like, I just can't stop.
You know what I have been on an insane kick about lately? So I did some research and I found out if I'm allergic to salmon, these are the other fish that I'm allergic to. I
Mhm.
can have most tuna.
Okay,
So on
that's
my
good.
last date with, or no, this was like 3 or 4 dates ago now. I had crispy rice with spicy tuna for the first time.
So good.
Kelsey, I think about it constantly. It is the only thing running through my mind on any given day. All I want is crispy rice with spicy tuna. We're trying to plan our date for tomorrow, and part of me wants to text him and be like, "Can we go get
Let's
sushi?"
just go back. I can't stop thinking about it. Tell him he would love that, honestly. That would make
No,
it easier for him.
well, because it's the Jets Patriots for Thursday night football. And so I was like, oh, like I know that we'll have Thursday night football. He was like, oh, well, we could go to Moe's and Joe's and we could watch the game, or we could just say screw the game and eat some good food by my place. So I'm fully debating next time he responds, just texting him and being like, can we just go get sushi at that place by your house?
Yeah, do that. If you have been thinking about it, definitely do that.
I'm gonna place the pickup order for sushi and fried rice at the Thai place on my way home. I'm also about to start my period, so that adds to it.
I can't wait for a sushi roll. I'm almost
God,
there.
you are gonna fuck up that sushi boat.
Let me tell you, I sure am. I will be getting the spicy tuna.
Oh my God. Yeah, but
It's
back to
going
what we
down.
were talking about. It was so nice to not be stressed out for 3.5 hours. I loved every second of it.
It was a
I loved
lovely day.
Well, and then of course Chris texts me and he's like, I don't like that the final score was 41-21. I was like, okay, well, 14 of those points were in garbage time with our second and third strings in. So I don't count that. The final score in my eyes is 41-7.
I'm not mad about a 20-point lead at all. Ever.
No,
I'm good.
no.
Yeah.
That was just, it was phenomenal on all sides. This team, and I'm going to knock on wood when I say this seems to be peaking at the right time.
I hope so.
That's what you need in the day of the 12-team playoff is you need your, like, slow starts are fine. You need to peak at the right time. And if you're peaking on the back end of the season, you're peaking at the right time.
Agreed. But do you think?
Sorry, I'm going to sound so conceited right now, but you're right. My hair does look so good.
It looks great. No, it looks really good. You are a straight hair girly. I am not a straight hair girly because mine's too thick. It doesn't straighten well.
Well, it's so funny because I don't think that I'm a straight hair girly at all. I feel like it's too flat, but for some reason it just dried really, really well last night. Like I
It's
feel like
looking
I
good.
could be like rocking a headband right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's very it's almost Blair Waldorf.
Thank you.
It looks good. But do you think Texas is peaking at the right time too? Because, they are coming off of a bye, but 2 weeks ago, I know they only beat Vandy by 3 points, but they looked good. They looked like they finally had it together. Arch looked like a different player.
They looked, I would say that they looked good for their standards this season. This is not the Texas team that we played last year at all. And if this were the Texas team that we were playing last year, I'd say something different. But in my eyes, they look good based on their standards that they set for themselves earlier this season. And I simply think that our run game is a little too strong, and Gunner is clearly getting more comfortable with deep balls. So I just feel like we've got a better. I feel like we have a better team at this point. And we're also so resilient that even if they come out swinging in the first quarter, we tend to stick around for all 60 minutes of a game. So
Well,
I have more faith in us than I do in them.
I have two things I want to say on that. Texas has the best run defense in the SEC. They're only giving up an average of 78 rushing yards per game.
Yeah,
But
Kelsey,
also, I'm not. What?
who have they played?
Excuse me, Texas Longhorn schedule. But also, I'm not sure that I would agree with the fact that we show up for 60 minutes because I feel like a lot of the times Georgia doesn't show up until I'm not sure what they're doing for the first 30 minutes.
Maybe not show up for all 60 minutes, but you know what I mean. They're going to fight all 60 minutes. They're not going to quit they're not going to quit halfway through the second quarter. They're going to fight all the way through until that game clock reads 0.
Yeah, they're going to wake up in the second half. Like, you'll wonder where they are and who put the cheerleaders in, and then they'll be there.
Yeah. maybe saying fight for all 60 quarters was not the best thing to say, but
no, it's okay. We know what you meant.
Okay, no.
We're hard to kill.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean the only good teams that they have played this year are Oklahoma and Vanderbilt. And Oklahoma, as we discussed before, has not been as good since John Mateer came back from his injury. We are more battle tested than they are. And they're
I think
also
that's
not
fair.
playing teams that have strong running games.
I think that Sark, is going to be coming out for blood after losing to Georgia twice last year.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely think that there's going to be a chip on their shoulder and they're going to have something to prove. But I also know that Billy Napier has been spotted at practice this week, and his Florida team, his 3-6 Florida team, beat Texas. And
Yeah,
these
Kirby's getting some intel from Billy.
as he and you know what, we said this when he got fired that we hoped he got brought on for staff. He's got a great offensive mind and he's really good for recruiting. I'm totally fine with that. But I also just think that this team is hungry. They know that beating them will knock them out of the playoffs. We won't even have to worry about them for the rest of the year. And unfortunately, okay, she's crying. Hang on.
Yeah, a 3-loss team would knock them out, but I think there's going to be a lot of 2-loss teams looking to get into the 12-team playoff format.
I'm very firm in my belief that Georgia is a better team than Texas.
I believe that too, but we just, I'm so hesitant just because of how we've played all season. I am going to pick Georgia. I love when your camera does that.
I know, it's so funny. Well, no, and I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like we're starting to get the cogs oiled.
But I'm thinking Texas might too, and so that's the only reason that I'm concerned. Arch completed 25 of 33 passes last week, or 2 weeks ago. They were on a bye last week, so I'm just wondering how that's going to look. But I do think Georgia will pull it out. I don't have a lot of anxiety about this game like I typically do for these bigger games, but that could also be because I have anxiety about other things that are going on. So we'll see.
No, yeah, I'll be interested to see how it plays out. I would pick Georgia to cover last minute. I would pick Georgia to cover in the fourth. I would not pick Georgia to cover for the majority of the game. I'll say that.
I think that's pretty safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything until the fourth quarter, just based on how they've looked so far. But yeah, hopefully that'll be fine. Are you still in your same seats?
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're in the same too.
Minnesota, Oregon. I know that that's probably not one that you would plan to talk about, but I think that that's a pretty interesting game.
Tell me about it.
Well, Minnesota is 6-3. Oregon is obviously doing pretty well for themselves this season. I mean, my family up in Minnesota, they're all Minnesota fans. So I'm going to be pulling for the Golden Gophers in this game. I just think that Minnesota might be able to put up a fight. Don't quote me on that. I don't want anybody posting clips of this after that game and be like, she's stupid. But I feel like that might be a fun one to watch.
You said they're playing Notre Dame?
Oregon,
I'm sorry.
Notre Dame is playing Pittsburgh.
That's right. Game day is going there.
I do have some thoughts, feelings, and opinions about what their coach said. Pitt's coach.
I don't love that
conference game, so I don't care if they beat us by 100. Like that is not the mentality that you should be having as a top 25 head coach.
What a weird thing to say.
That's such an odd thing to say. I don't understand your mentality.
Is that AI? I don't understand. Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm confused. I don't love that Notre Dame.
This isn't about conference play. This isn't about this. This is about a non-conference matchup that you don't care if you lose. Chat GPT it.
I don't like that Notre Dame is so high in the CFP ranking.
No, they shouldn't.
They're above Miami, who beat them.
They shouldn't even be in the conversation. And like you're putting the head to head. You're putting the head to head is important for Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss, but suddenly it doesn't matter when it's Notre Dame.
Yeah, I have a huge problem with that. If Team A beats Team B, Team A should be before.
They lost to Florida. I understand that your other losses to Ohio State, but you lost to Florida. You don't deserve to be in the top 10 if you lose to Florida.
There's going to be a lot of, I think, 7-2 or current 7-2 team, 2 lost teams that are
Yes,
going to be fighting to get in. I think with 12 spots, they're going to run out of room essentially.
I would agree with that. Arkansas LSU tickets are as low as $6.
That's much cheaper than our Texas tickets.
$6 is
Listen,
insane.
it's a steal. It's family day. Go take your kids. Go like do a picnic. That's so fun.
Go to Death Valley for a 12:45 game. Oh God, that's
That's so
honestly
much
really
fun.
sad. Oklahoma, Alabama's coming up this week.
That's a big game.
I am excited.
I think that this game
This is going to
largely,
be vengeance for the Crimson Tide. I unfortunately believe that Alabama is going to win this game.
oh, I
Um,
do too.
I wouldn't be upset if the Sooners pulled it off.
I wouldn't be upset at them either. I would like for them to because I really liked John Mateer in the beginning of the season. And I think a lot of this game really depends on him and if he's playing like he was at the beginning of the season when he was an early Heisman favorite, or if he's playing like we've seen more recently post hand surgery where it's just not clicking.
Yeah.
So I don't really think, unless we see him in his old ways, I don't see them potentially getting better.
No,
But
unless he returns
um,
to his previous form, I think it's going to be a lock for Alabama. I do want to
Oklahoma, go ahead.
touch on people that are confused that I'm rooting for Oklahoma this week. Um, the way that the current bracket is laid out in the SEC, Texas A&M and Alabama are at the top. Georgia's number 3. Alabama would have to drop to both Oklahoma and Auburn for Georgia to go play in Atlanta. Texas only has to lose to Texas A&M only has to lose to Texas for Georgia to go play for the SEC. But we want Alabama to lose one of those 2 games so that they drop out of the top 4. Georgia rises into the top 4, and then we don't have to play the conference championship and we get a first round bye in the playoffs.
Do you feel that the current format has cheapened conference championships?
Uh yeah, because like I'm sorry, but who in their right mind wants to play for a conference champ? I'm literally over here advocating for all the ways that the bracket can play out so that Georgia doesn't have to go to Atlanta
Right.
and can still get a first round bye. You know, like I think that it's just a chance for your guys to get injured. Sure, winning the conference is great. It has its perks, but it doesn't guarantee you a first round bye in the playoffs. All you have to be is top 4 to get a first round bye. I think that the way that they structured the reseeding is what's kind of messed it all up.
I'm just there. I know that they're still working out the kinks. I just still
Yeah.
don't like it, and I think that they're going to end up expanding it, um, which I don't know if that's going to be worse or what.
I
But I
don't
do think they're going to expand
we
it.
need to expand it. We don't
I
need to
know.
expand
Well,
it.
it cheapens the regular season when you expand it, right? Because
What
the
I
games
think
don't
you
matter as
should do
much.
is save those last 4 spots and have a series of play-in games.
Mm.
Because like now with the transfer portal and NIL and all of these things kind of going on, you have a myriad of 10-2 teams at the end of the regular season that absolutely could make a run for the national championship. So put 8 of them together, let them have a little play-in bracket, and then have the like standard championship bracket.
Let them battle it out.
Yeah.
I could be
I
okay with that.
I think it should just be one play-in series per team. I don't think we need to have a playoff for that because that would just be too many games for these collegiate teams. I think it makes sense for the NFL, but it doesn't make sense for college.
Well, then it's like I mean, it's like, where do you cap it? Because people want to keep expanding it and keep expanding it. And then you've got a March Madness bracket and you're just like, oh my gosh.
128 teams playing for
Right.
the
Yeah.
national
And it's just too
championship.
much.
Yeah.
Um,
You've
okay. So
got
Oklahoma.
having State and Georgia as your first match.
I would actually love for us to host a game here, a playoff
No,
game.
I would I love the fact that we'd host the group of 5 as our first round game. What I don't love is the fact that we would have to turn around and play Bama again. That's the only thing. Like, honestly, at this point, I'd rather us drop down to 6 than
Maybe
stay
we
at
would
5 because I don't want to have
maybe
to play Alabama again. I'm sick and tired of having to play Bama.
I'm just sick and tired of losing to Alabama, so maybe they would win this time.
Hopefully. I mean, we saw what happened in 2021, so
Fingers crossed. That was a good
I'm
outcome.
sorry, we got off track again. On to the next one.
No, it's okay. Wait, I had something else to say. So Oklahoma has 4th ranked nationally run defense. And Alabama is kind of struggling with the run. Jam Miller has not been as productive, I guess, as people thought. He had that early season injury, but he only has 321 yards for the season. So that'll be a good matchup.
Ryan Williams, and you don't really need to run the ball.
Yeah, they have Williams, they have Bernard. He has over 600 yards. Ryan Williams has like 574, maybe 528.
Speaking of yardage, though, we didn't even touch on the fact that Nate Frazier had the most yards of any running back in a Georgia football game since 2018.
He is now our leading rusher.
Dixie!
He passed Chauncey. So good job, Nate. You made up for your big fumble a few weeks ago. I want to talk about the Brian Kelly lawsuit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So LSU is allegedly saying that they have reason for him to be fired. So fired with cause, meaning you don't get your $54 million. I guess they're saying that Scott Woodward, who was the AD that got fired shortly after BK, didn't have the authority to fire him, which doesn't make sense to me. This is all allegedly, so y'all don't come for me. Yeah. And
I'm sorry, the 80s, your boss.
Yeah.
Honey.
So I don't know where that came from. And I guess LSU has offered him like $30 million, and he's like, nope, I want my full 54. So he's suing for all of it. Do you think he'll get it?
No.
I do.
I don't think so. I think that he's going to end up settling out of court. I think he's going to drag this out for a while, but I think he's going to end up settling.
I think if he was going to settle, he would have taken the 30 million.
I think they'll probably come back with like 40, and he'll take that.
I don't know. We'll see what happens there.
I mean, well, no, he left Notre Dame, so he doesn't have a buyout from them.
These sums are just insane.
I'm sorry, but like Jimbo Fisher still being paid by Texas A&M is funny to me. James Franklin's going to be getting paid by Penn State for the next like 30 years.
And laughing all the way to the bank. Please fire me. I will be your biggest fan. I will go to the bookstore on the way out of town and buy all your merch because I would be a big team supporter.
Oh, yeah. Any other big marquee matchups we want to touch on?
That's all I had for this week.
Perfect.
Are you going to that thing at Creature Comforts with John Tweet Sports?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe potentially, but I don't think so.
Okay. Let me know if you.
It's going to be such a big tailgate for us that I'm probably just going to be there the whole day.
Oh, well, this is on Friday, not on Saturday.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Just let me know if you decide to go. I'm going to go. Unless I'm in the hospital, I'll be there.
Perfect.
So we're going to go hang out with them. They're doing like a live. It's not a radio show. They do like a podcast. I don't know. They're going to be there talking ball. So I'm going to go support them.
That sounds great. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. I drop her off at 8 or 9 on Friday, and then I'm going straight to Athens from there. But we need to go ahead and hit the road because Miss Girl's getting a little antsy.
I understand. Okay.
No, I mean, I understand it. We've been in the office all day. So.
All right. Well, get Dixie Day home. Say hi, Dixie.
Say
She's so cute.
Yay.
The third girl of girls softball.
Yeah. We've
We'll
had a
have to
lot
get
of
her to like do some pics or something cute.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to Pics with Santa with the Purities Rescue.
Oh, I love that. So cute. Send me
Yay.
photos when you get them back.
Oh,
All
I
right,
will.
guys. Well, Garrett has to get Dixie Day home. So thanks for tuning in.
Love y'all, and we will see you next week.
We'll see y'all next week. We'll have a lot to talk about. Bye.
Yes, bye.